Hello friends, a very good evening to all. So friends, today we will be discussing about the NABARD phase 2 examination, and we will be discussing the overall paper in a very detailed way, right? We will be doing a very in-depth analysis for the overall paper, and in front of you here is the distribution of 2 marker questions that were asked in the NABARD phase 2 examination. So as of all of you can see, the first bar, that is the tallest bar here, represents that the number of questions in the 2 marker were maximum from which sector. It is from your agriculture, right? So the tallest tower is from agriculture, then economic issues, and then lastly social and climate change. So you can see here that almost 18 questions they have asked from this agriculture part. तो ये बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट हो जाता है बिकॉज whenever the questions are asked from agriculture, right, जब भी एग्रीकल्चर से ज़्यादा क्वेश्चन पूछे जाते हैं देन कट ऑफ गोज डाउन, ये हमें ध्यान में रखना है, ठीक है. तो इन 2 marker the maximum question have been asked from which sector, that is your agriculture sector, then its economic issues, and lastly is your सोशल इशू एंड क्लाइमेट चेंज. तो इसे हमें ध्यान में रख के आगे के हम डिस्कशन करेंगे सो दैट वी कैन गिव एन ओवरऑल व्यू and we can predict what can be the probable cutoff. Now coming on to the 1 marker question, here also you can see the tallest tower is again from the agriculture part only. Different questions were asked. The context, the crux of those questions I have given you, like colostrum, blue revolution, mushroom, chicken, farmer, ठीक है, DCC, IFS, organic farming, HARO, and national livelihood mission. This was from actually from your rural development. So the next tall bridge is from your what tower is from your social issues. So these are all the distribution. Again, the number of questions from agriculture sector is more, so this will lead to a lower cutoff, right? And this time we have more number of seats compared to previous year. It's 26 for general, so again this will lead to some lower cutoff marks for the examination. Now if you analyze the overall 1 marker and 2 marker questions, then you can find that from your ARD, agriculture plus rural development part, you have a 34 question, that is many question from agriculture and rural development. Economic and social issues is your 31 marks. So more weightage is for what your agriculture and rural development, right? So this will lead to some of the reduction in your what overall cutoff marks. Now coming on to the exact questions what were asked in the examination, right? So first question was based on your cropping pattern and cropping system. So here you can see these were the 3 questions related from this topic, all are 2 marker question here. So a question was from your sugarcane, that which crop is intercropped and harvested before elongation of sugarcane. So whenever the cropping is done with sugarcane, the answer is your companion cropping, right? So most significant cropping system in India, it is rice and wheat, everybody knows, and kharif cropping system after rice is your right answer will be sorghum. I will be sharing the reference for this, that why it will not be maize based cropping system, but why this will be sorghum as given in the book. We have taken direct text from that, and in that only the answer is given as sorghum based cropping system. So the right answer for this will be your sorghum based cropping system. Friends, we have divided the questions into 2 categories, that is easily doable, that every students can do, and not easily doable, right? So this we have voted for this question, that what questions can be easily doable and what question is not easily doable. We have taken a vote from our students, and as per that only we have categorized this. It is not that we have categorized the questions with our easy level, but we have taken this vote from students who have appeared from the exam. From their only consent we have categorized the questions into easily doable and not easily doable. So from this section the easily doable part is your 2, that is, and not easily doable is your 1. Lastly we will sum up all the easily doable and not easily doable, right? So that we can get fair idea that how much each student is scoring, what is the range exact we can't predict, but we can get the range how much most of the students are scoring, this will give. So be with the video. At last we will discuss what is the number of easily doable questions, and that can give us the range what can be the nearby cutoff for the examination. So as exact it was asked in the examination that Kharif cereal other than cropping pattern was asked for your Kharif cereals, right, other than rice. So here exactly the data has been given. For sorghum it is more, that is 11 million hectare. For maize based system it is less. So answer for that question will be your sorghum. Now coming on to the next question. The question is based on your national infrastructure project. Again we have taken the vote from students. Easily doable is a 2, and the number based this question was not attempted by many, so not easily doable is your 1. We will go on counting what are the number of easily doable questions and what are not easily doable questions, right? That will give us the range of cutoff. So let's move forward. For this it's 2 and not it's 1. Now coming on to agriculture marketing question. This question was done correct by each and everybody, but some student had faced the difficulty in this, that first state to enact contract farming, that Tamil Nadu one, and some student have also faced difficulty in this your technology driven farm revolution, right? So many of it said that it can be protein revolution, many said that it can be evergreen revolution. So a exact answer what can be cannot be derived for this question, but I have tried to take the exact phrase from the budget 2014, from where we can derive that answer can for this question will be evergreen revolution. Though it's NABARD discretion, it can be protein revolution only. How do they analyze the text of the budget, right? So from that text only I have taken the original phrase what the economic survey has written, that will give us the clarity. So as per me the answer for this question should be evergreen revolution, but many of you think that the answer can be a protein revolution only. So let's clarify with the exact phrase from the budget, that will give a clear way. So at last the discretion will be of NABARD only, either they want this or this. So we shall leave that to NABARD only. So see the exact phrase from the budget, right? Exact from the phrase budget of 2014 says technology driven second green revolution with focus on higher productivity and including, this term is very important, and including. That means this text is including this protein revolution under some big revolution, and that revolution can be your evergreen revolution only after the green revolution of your 1965. So this including word is important, and as per me that answer for this question should be your evergreen revolution only. Though many of you from this text suppose that answer can be protein revolution, so let's leave this question at the discretion of NABARD only. Whatever NABARD thinks right, that person or aspirant will get the right marks. Now coming on to the soil science based question, this was again easy. So though many students faced opting the answer for this, that's a soil taxonomy. So we have taken easily doable 2 question, not easily doable 1 question, right? Now question from animal husbandry, livestock contribution to GDP, it's around 28%, okay. Best milk yield, everybody knows it's Sahiwal, and finest carpet wool bred sheep is a Chokla only. So most of the students have done all the 3 right, but though it's a percentage and figure based question, we have again taken easily doable question, that is number of 2, at not easily doable number 1. Now coming on to horticulture, post harvest management based question. Post harvest loss in horticulture sector is 30 to 40% as per the maximum number of research papers available, right? It is 30 to 40%, though you will get different percentage also anywhere. So you leave it to the discretion of NABARD, but maximum chances are there that 30 to 40% will be the right answer for this question. Coming to the storage life of 6 to 12 weeks, this is important, this term, that is 6 to 12 weeks, and for this answer will be your coconut and orange are the 2 examples for this 6 to weeks with semi perishable, right? So right answer for this can be coconut and orange. Coming to the maturity index of fruit, the most ambiguous question of NABARD phase 2 examination this year. The whole question is ambiguous. I am writing a mail to both NABARD and IBPS regarding this, that such ambiguous questions should not be framed. you can also write to IBPS and NABARD for this question, because if you compare the maturity of jackfruit with respect to mango, right, with respect to mango they have given, they have not only asked about jackfruit, but they wanted to compare the maturity indices with what, with mango. So if we compare the shape also, it is maturity indices of both the fruit, aroma both the fruits have, color both the fruits have, specific gravity both the fruits have, date to set, yes, it's both the fruits have. So the most perfect answer can be aroma, because many textbook are not mentioning that in mango aroma is also a indices, but in many other textbook the shape is also being considered. They are giving that jackfruit appears with a particular specific shape when it ripens. So answer can be both your aroma and shape, but as per the maximum number of texts available in the internet, the aroma is better option here, but answer could be shape also. So this question is overall a ambiguous question, and I think everybody should be given marks for this question, right? So I am writing a mail to IBPS and NABARD. I will request you that you should also write for this question. Now coming to a passage based question from Skill India, right? So this was also a difficult question for many of the students, because they have asked about the different figures, different parameters, so it was different for the aspirants to choose the answer, right? So the number of easily doable questions from this section from my point of view and students who have given the vote for this is 1, and not easily doable is 3, right? So we have taken 1:3 ratio for this specific question. Now we have seen the most ambiguous question of this year. Now this is the most abrupt question, out of box question for this year, right? Because they have given a question from the RBI circular, which is not seen generally in the NABARD questions. So the answer for this question was fraud monitoring return and P accounts to be checked 50 crore and EWS your signals. So again easily doable I have taken as 1, right, and not easily doable I have taken as 2 as per the votes given by the student. Now coming to again irrigation based question, water content in a given volume of soil. So whenever it is talking about given volume of soil at a particular point of time, so this two term indicates your soil moisture content. It's not field capacity, because whenever we are talking about field capacity, we are also talking about the drainage. Since the word drainage was not in the definition, so right answer for this will be assumptive only. Now growth in gross irrigated area is greater than your growth in net irrigated area, right? So the answer for this question, the most suitable option was your, it means field irrigated is more than once. So this will be the right answer. Which state has highest percentage of area under irrigation for wells and tube wells? The question was not asked regarding your percentage of irrigated area, but it was asked with respect to your wells and tube wells. So I will show you the statistics from agriculture census. As per that, the answer will be your Punjab only. The near about 75% of irrigated area is from what? It is from your tube wells and wells. So friends, till now we have discussed that answer for that question that is related to well and tube well can be Uttar Pradesh, right? Can be Punjab as per the data from the agriculture center census. That is, it is around for the this third column is your for wells, and this fourth column is for your tube wells, right? So for from this table we can draw conclusion that for Punjab it can be your highest for your tube wells. But if the question was asked, as the question is not very clear to me, if the question was asked from your both wells plus tube well, as many students said that the passage talks about both the tube wells and your wells. So if we combine the proportion of both the tube well and the wells, then the percentage increases for your more for your UP, Uttar Pradesh. So you among yourself clarify what can be the means better answer, because you have read the passage clearly in the examination that it talks about the only tube wells, it talks about only wells, it talks about both tube wells and wells, or it talks about something as written here. Many students were telling that they have written this specific line, that is proportion of area irrigated by well, proportion of area irrigated by well. So as per this, if this line were given, then as per this line the answer given in this document is Gujarat, right? So answer can be your UP, answer can be your Punjab, or answer can be Gujarat. It depends upon the text that was given in the passage. So you try to recall what the exact text was given in that, what it was asking. As per you select the answer, either it can be your Punjab, either it can be your UP, or it can be Gujarat. Now a easy question from your ease index and from your economy, right? So the most of the students have voted for this question is 2, very easily doable, and not easily doable 1, right? Now coming on to the last question of 2 marker, that is from climate change, a very easy question, right? A direct passage from PIB was given. So the answer for this question was all. LED distribution, it's Ujjwala. For target for renewable energy 175 gigawatt by 2021 22, everybody knows. And which of these following is the action change program? So both the answers were right, that is CCAP and NAPCC, right? So easily doable is, all the 4 are easily doable, so we have taken easily doable as number 4 as per the vote given by the students. Now coming on to the 1 marker question, as most of the students have said that 1 marker were cakewalk actually for all the students, they were very easy, right? So here also you can see out of 10 questions, right, people have voted that 8 were very easy and doable. So I have taken the 8 as the easy doable and not easily doable 2, that is for mushroom question and for this external depth. Many have marked wrong, so I have taken easily doable as 8 number of question, not easily doable 2 number of questions. Again 1 marker easy question, 45 to question number 53, all are easy. Most of the students have said that 8 are easily doable and 1 was not easy doable. So we have taken the vote that maximum question are easy, right? 8 are very easy and doable. You can pause and you can look up the questions and their answers given. Now coming on to the last segment of your 1 marker question number 54 to 65. As again these are very easy question, very direct question with little bit of logic and little bit of knowledge. You can easily find out the answer. So most of the students have done marked the right answer, right? So easily doable out of 12 at 11 number, very easy, and 1 was little bit confusing among this, so we can take this at 1 and we will mark 11 question for easily doable. Pause the video and you can look up the answer whatever are given in this question. Now before coming on to the final conclusion, what can be the cutoff by adding all the easily doable questions? So before that we will see that English was pattern has changed, everybody struggled with the word limit. So we will find that on an average everybody will get the same marks. Whosoever has completed the all the question irrespective of number of words written by him or her, he will be easily getting around 65 to 66 marks, right? Whosoever has at least attempted the whole English paper without leaving any questions. For who has left, the score can be between 58 to 62. So we expect that most of the students had at least attempted all the papers. Your score will range between 62 to 66. Don't okay panic for somebody has left the question number 1B 1A. So don't worry for that, marks will not be deducted. Many students are saying that they are unable to complete the whole limit for say essay 400 words. So don't worry for that. If you have attempted the essay with around 300 words also and all the things are technically and okay grammatically right there, so you will get good marks. Don't worry for the words, don't worry for the question numbering, you will get definitely good marks from there. So I expect that most of the students have completed the English paper and they will be getting somewhere between 62 to 66 marks easily, even though the pattern of the English question was very new to everyone. Now coming on to from where we started, easily doable and not easily doable. So if we calculate all the easily doables, we'll find that there are 20 such questions as voted by all the students. So it adds up to 40 marks. 1 marker, it's 26 marks. 26 question out of 30 were easily doable. So 40 20 into 2, it's 40. Okay, marks is 40, marks is 26 here, so total marks is 66. Assuming that the student has attempted all the questions and those questions went wrong, so 8.5 is deducted. So the net total is around 57.5 for majority of the students. I am not talking about those students who have attempted very well and scoring 70 plus. I am just talking about on an average how students are scoring in this paper. So the range for the paper, that is objective paper, it will be around your 57 to 60 marks. So whosoever is scoring around this marks, he or she, I think, will definitely get a call for the interview, though the final selection depends upon your English marks and your marks scored in the interview. So adding 60 marks, at least marks in this, that is from the English, we are getting cut off around 118 to 120. So I think the number of seats are more than previous year. ARD questions have also increased. The ambiguous question and some of the abrupt questions have also increased, right? So whatever the schemes and all those were in news didn't appear in the examination. Some way back Feb and March questions appear. So I think that the cutoff will fall down. Previous year the cutoff was 124. So I think this year it will be around your 118 to 120. Whosoever is scoring around this score, right, from your objective paper and are adding some good marks from English 60 to 65, I expect that this will be the cutoff, right? So if you are gaining this marks, please prepare for the interview. You have a chance. In few days it will be clear. This is just a calculation from our side based on the recommendation or vote given by the students. So if you are scoring around this range, please prepare for your interview, right? It will be very useful and beneficial for you, because in interview, as you know, that it is easy to get 25 out of 25 in the NABARD interview also, right? So if anybody is getting in this range, please prepare for the interview. You can prepare free of cost, right? We are not charging anything. You can join our Telegram channel and prepare for the interview. So that's all, my dear friends, an in-depth analysis for the phase 2. I think this have given you a clear picture what can be the probable cutoff, because this is based on the vote of the students only, how they attempted, which questions they felt that easily doable, right? So we have taken into consideration all the facts and figures. As per that only this derivation has been made. So friends, if you like the video, please share, please like the video for this in-depth analysis. And if you want to prepare for the interview, right, you can join the Telegram with the link given below. That's all, my dear friends. Thank you.